Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
What if the key to a new Warriors championship isn't another brilliant performance by Stephen Curry, but rather a bold behind-the-scenes move? Last Sunday, the Warriors, even as the 7th seed, showed who's boss on the court by beating the Rockets 95-85 on the road in Game 1. But while the world's eyes were on the scoreboard, some were already looking ahead to what might happen off the court. With a championship window closing and less than a 40% real chance of winning the trophy with the current roster, many analysts believe it's time for a bold move. And that's where a name you might not expect comes in: Domantas Sabonis. According to Daniel Alameda from Right Way Sports Network, the Warriors are considering a trade that could completely shift the balance of the Western Conference. Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and a 2026 first-round pick for Sabonis. You might ask, but why trade so many pieces for a single player? The answer lies in fit. With Sabonis and Draymond Green together, the Warriors would have two of the best passing big men in the NBA, something that fits perfectly with the team's collective and intelligent style. And looking at Sacramento, the season didn't go as planned. DeMar DeRozan didn't make the expected impact. Mike Brown was fired, Fox left, Levine arrived, but even in the chaos, Sabonis shone. With averages of 19.1 points, 13.9 rebounds, and 6 assists, and an incredible 41.7% from three, he showed he's much more than just a supporting actor. On paper, this trade wouldn't just be a reshuffle, it would be a statement. The Warriors aren't waiting for Curry to retire to take action. They want to win now. And if Klay Thompson left a void in fans' hearts and on the perimeter, maybe Sabonis fills that void in another way, bringing balance, intelligence, and paint presence. Something Golden State hasn't seen in a while. But what about you, fan? Do you think Sabonis is the right name to turn the page and rewrite the next chapter of the dynasty? If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay updated on everything about the Warriors, subscribe to the channel Warriors News Fan Update and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. But hold on, the Sabonis trade might seem perfect on paper, but it also raises some serious questions that need to be debated. Will the Warriors really be willing to give up promising young pieces like Moody and Jackson-Davis, plus a valuable first-round pick? This is the kind of move that screams all or nothing, a classic all-in from a team that knows Curry's time is precious and limited. And there's more. Buddy Hield, although inconsistent, had important moments in a Warriors jersey, especially during his insane three-point shooting stretches. Giving up that firepower could cost them dearly in key playoff moments, especially when the second unit takes the floor. On the other hand, Jimmy Butler's arrival has already changed the face of the team. He brought competitiveness, a winning mentality, and instant chemistry with Curry and Draymond. Now imagine adding Sabonis to that equation, a versatile frontcourt with movement, game reading, and high-level playmaking. It would be a new version of the death lineup, with physical strength and tactical intelligence. The real question is, how far are the Warriors willing to go for one more shot at the title? And maybe the best answer is another question: how do you not try when Stephen Curry is still on the roster? The truth is, time catches up. And for franchises that made history like the Warriors, living in the past is not an option. What's built now could be what keeps the flame of one of the most iconic dynasties in modern NBA history alive. Domantas Sabonis could be that link. A link between the end and a new beginning. So, Warriors Nation, would you trade those pieces for Sabonis? Do you think this is the right move to return to the finals? Or would it be a rushed mistake? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep up with every rumor, behind-the-scenes update, and critical game of this new Warriors era, don't forget, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, turn on the bell, and share with other fans. Because here, the info is hot, and the passion is real. And now let me open my heart as a Warriors fan. Seeing Sabonis' name in rumors with the Dubs leaves me torn, honestly. Because on one hand, the idea of a frontcourt with him and Draymond Green is absolutely thrilling. Two of the best passing bigs, absurd court vision, tactical intelligence. It would be an explosive combo. Sabonis is the type of player who knows where the ball needs to go even before his teammate does, and that in Kerr's system is pure gold. But on the other hand, it's impossible not to feel a bit uneasy. Moses Moody still has a lot to offer. Tracy Jackson-Davis also showed flashes of potential that excite any fan thinking about the franchise's future. And even Buddy Hield, as inconsistent as he's been, brought a dynamic energy that had been missing on the perimeter since Clay started to decline. But the truth is this: Curry's time is running out. And I don't want to look back in 5 years and think, man, we could have done more for him. Because if there's one guy who deserves one more real shot at a title, it's Steph. What he did for this franchise goes way beyond the stats. He changed everything. Changed the game. Changed our history. So if trading away some future pieces means giving Curry one more legit chance to compete for a ring, I'm in. I'm in now. But only if it's for someone who truly raises the team's ceiling. And for me, Sabonis is that guy. And you, fan, what would you do if you were in the front office? Go all in for one last run with Curry, Butler, and Draymond? Or hold on to the young guys, thinking about the franchise's future? If you enjoyed this content and want to continue this journey with us, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, turn on notifications, and come be part of this nation that never stops believing. Because as long as Curry is on the court, the magic is still possible. And you know what makes me believe that this Sabonis trade might be the right move? It's the simple fact that the Warriors are still hungry. Even with all the challenges, injuries, roster changes, and even Clay's departure, which still stings every fan's heart, this team doesn't give up. The winning culture is deeply rooted in San Francisco. Jimmy Butler's arrival was already a clear sign. He fit like a glove, brought grit, intensity, and that competitive spirit that perfectly matches the franchise's DNA. And when you look into Curry's eyes, you can see he still believes, still wants it, still dreams. And that's why the trade for Sabonis isn't just about talent. It's about mentality. About showing that the front office is willing to fight until the end of this era to build something that truly honors the final years of one of the greatest players in NBA history. And let's be real, no one wants to see Steph end his career with early exits or mediocre seasons. He deserves to go out battling at the top. And if Sabonis can be the missing piece to make that happen, then why not? Of course, there's risk. There always is. But as Draymond Green himself would say, if you're not willing to take risks, you're not trying to win. So now I want to hear from you, Warriors fans. Is it worth giving up the young core to build this super team alongside Curry, Butler, and Green? Is Sabonis the right guy? Or is something still missing for you to trust this deal? If you enjoyed this content and want to keep following everything about this possible shakeup, trade rumors, and the behind-the-scenes of this new Warriors phase, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update. This is the place for those who cheer, suffer, and believe to the very end. Because this jersey doesn't just represent a team, it represents an era. And that era is not over yet.